What's good? It's your boy CJ Goodfellow. We back with that real boxing talk. Excuse me. Talking about Terence Crawford, Julius Ndongo, man. I did the reaction video. Y'all can catch that on the archives. Last video I did. But Terence Crawford, said that he felt like he topped Andre Ward with pound for pound, being number one by being an undisputed champion. The first undisputed champion since Jermaine Taylor, Bernard Hopkins number one. I don't see that, man, especially after this performance, man. It seems like, a lot of people saying, one guy said in the boxing group that Terence Crawford is the first paper, undisputed champion of the world. That shit was funny. But, that's why people are skeptical about unknown fighters like Julius Ndongo. And, I think, people are going to try to take away from this performance by Terence Crawford. They can do that. Julius Ndongo, wasn't shit that people thought that potentially he could be. Most people didn't think he could be shit, And I started off with that sentiment thinking Ndongo wasn't that good. By turning on tape, he's pretty good in my opinion. And let's see what he does after Terence Crawford. But, the one thing I pointed out in the prediction video that could be a major flaw is the reason he got knocked out. When he goes to the body and he drops both his hands and he's open for a punch. And I thought it would probably be an uppercut, right hook, left hook by Terence Crawford. And Crawford elected to go to the body and knock him out to the body. And it was what it was. But, for me, this is, Crawford ain't pound for pound number one. Now, if Andre Ward was out of the picture, perhaps. But, like I said earlier, this crop of pound for pound type fighters are pretty much one of the worst I've seen in my lifetime. I'm not saying talent-wise. I'm just talking about resume-wise. We in an era where a lot of guys want to fight, mid-level fights and get top dollar. And a lot of elites don't fight the elite fighters. For the simple fact that Pacquiao, Mayweather, Cotto, Marquez held that up for years. And now they getting out the way. You're going to see some elite matchups. You got Canelo and Triple G. Hopefully Terence Crawford, sounds like, according to Bob Arum, he's going to move up and fight on the winner of Pacquiao, Jeff Warren. He's expected to fly over there in Australia. That's what they want him to do. And, it's starting to it's going to get popping. It's going to be a lot of shaking up in the pound-for-pound list in the next 16 to 18 months, in my opinion. Because a lot of guys are going to start to fight each other, in my opinion. Like I told you guys, for Crawford, the story ain't going to be told till he go to 147. He's going to have a general, he's going to be generally kind of on that same path as Adrian Broner. And what I mean is when Adrian Broner moved up, his career took a turn for the worse. For Crawford, I think he's going to take a turn for a better. But right now he can't be pound for pound number one, in my opinion. Not over Andre Ward. Now, if Andre Ward wasn't in the picture, absolutely. And ESPN got him at number 6. That's a slap in the face. He's better than Canelo. He's better than Golovkin. He's better than Lomachenko. Anybody that's ahead of him besides Andre Ward, he's better than, in my opinion. Based off the eye test, the resume, all that shit. He passes with flying colors above them. But compared to other, pound for pound years before, it's just the boxing game is in a big transition right now. They getting out that Pacquiao Mayweather area. Marquez, Cotto, and a lot of these guys gonna start mixing it up, and you're gonna see a lot of shaking up in that top 10. I think they had Roman Gonzalez above him, which was a direct slap in the face. I thought Sorek beat the shit out of Gonzalez. I was there, I saw it live, but it's gonna be a shaking up. And Crawford go up there and get a belt versus Jeff Horn or a Pacquiao winner like Bob Arum wants him to. And then he goes, and beats Keith Thurman or Earl Spence. I was about to say Earl Thurman. He beats one of those guys, then I argue that he can potentially be number one depending on how active Andre Ward is. But the fact that Andre Ward took a whole, few years off and still you came back and fighting at elite level, man, you can't really go above that. And he beat the lineal light heavyweight champion of the world, in my opinion, even though the lineal light heavyweight champion is Adonis Stevenson because he beat Chad Dawson, who was the number one light heavyweight at the time. But, it's just me. I just like Ward's resume better than anybody in the world. And you can put some of those guys together and Ward's resume still be better than most of those guys, And Ward, he's a guy who beat a future Hall of Famer in Froch, potentially a future Hall of Famer, and Kessler probably over there in Denmark or some shit, he'd be a Hall of Famer. He was an underdog to Kessler. He beat Froch. He beat Chad Dawson, who's probably a future Hall of Famer in my opinion. He beat Sergey Kovalev. He beat elite level fighters, man. Chad Dawson was pound for pound #1 by Floyd Mayweather when he retired, even though I understand that he went down a few pounds to fight Andre Ward. But he beat elite competition. You can't take that away from Andre Ward. Crawford, he hasn't beat one elite guy yet, but it's coming. It's coming for him. He's going to get those elite matchups one day, and if he delivers, it'll be his. I think Andre Ward is on his way out. I think he's done right with his money, according to Virgil Hunter. It sounds like Hay and Bellew is negotiating again. So we'll see which way Andre Ward goes, man. But you can't take away from a guy who put work in. Crawford is about 5 years his young, and there's no disrespect to put Ward above him, in my opinion. That's not disrespectful. Ward is a guy who accomplished a lot, and Crawford has a chance to accomplish probably double what Andre Ward has accomplished for the simple fact that he's gonna have opponents there to do it. He's gonna have Keith Thurman, Earl Spence, Sean Porter, Jesse Vargas. All of those guys, and guys that we don't even see coming being a problem at welterweight yet. So he's gonna have opportunity to get around to Andre Ward, but it's just not yet for him. Beating Julius Ndongo and the way Julius Ndongo performed tonight is not gonna help his cause in most fans' eyes. And that's okay. He did what he had to do. He's the lineal undisputed champion of the world, junior welterweight, and I think it's time for a move up for him. But if he wanted to stay there, I wouldn't be mad at him because you got a lot of talent there. You got Sergey Lipinets, Regis Prograis. Amir Mine will be his mandatory for the WBC. It's a lot of different guys there. Mikey Garcia, if they can make that fight happen. So he got a lot of different guys that he can deal with and keep building on if he wants to stay at 140. So it wouldn't be DEFCON 20,000 if he stayed at 140. But if he goes to 147, he's allowed to play with the PBC kids and other promoters. He's going to be a problem, man. He's going to be a definite problem. I like his chances more with Keith Thurman and Earl Spence, in my opinion, because I don't know how he fights on the inside. I mean, I just got to see it. But he did good tonight. But, he's number 2 on my pound-for-pound list, most definitely. If Andre Ward balled out tonight, he's number 1. But that's just my opinion, man. We gone.